Hey guys, it is Saturday morning and I want to do an equipment tour. I've had multiple requests for it and I wanted to get around to doing that, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to just show you around what we got, and don't keep your expectations too high. We don't have bad equipment, but it's nothing. It's no Minnesota Mallinger farmer or anything. I'll just start with the basics here. This is our mixer. It's a Trio A. We got this thing new probably 8 or 10 years ago, and we really like it. Does a great job mixing. Can't complain. Does a great job. Then the tractor we have on it is a John Deere 4240. This tractor has been on our farm since it was new in 1980, I believe, and it just hit 16,000 hours this week. Actually, it's gonna need an engine overhaul soon, but it is a nice tractor. I remember as a kid riding along in this thing a lot. We used to have a pull type forage harvester, so we chop our hay with it and also do a lot of plowing with it. It's always a tractor that I like driving, and I'm hoping we keep it around for a long time yet. I'm up here at the commodity barn. I'll show you our two skid loaders real quick. You see these all the time, but this is an LS 180, the bigger skid loader we use for feeding. Definitely use it all the time. If you don't have a skid loader and you're farming, I would definitely advise getting one as soon as possible. They are so useful. And then this is a smaller one, an L160. We like the New Hollands. They have the foot pedals for controlling the bucket and the booms, and that's what I'm used to, so I really like that style. There's different types of controls on different skid loaders, but the New Hollands are great. We'll go over here to the shop now. All right, in the shop here we have a dry hill pump. Just brought this in here this week, working on it a little bit. This does 8 to 12 foot pits and definitely gets used pretty good. We'll go in here to the equipment shed. Start with the tractors here. This is our newest tractor. It's a New Holland TS6 130, 130 horsepower. We have had this tractor for just over a full year. We bought it slightly used, someone had leased it, and it's now almost at 700 hours. So basically a new tractor. Really like this thing. We use it for basically everything. It's just the go-to tractor for planting and spraying and running the disc vine, raking. We have it on the manure spreader a lot, fertilizing, the no-till drill, everything. So I get to spend a lot of time in this tractor. It is not a CVT transmission, so it doesn't have the automatic transmission. It's just the basic 4 gears, 2 ranges, and then a high-low switch. But it's nice though. Moving on here to the 7250. You guys have seen this tractor quite a bit, been working on it. This tractor we got probably 10 years ago. We actually bought a manure hauling business from a neighbor, and he had a bunch of cases. We actually bought 2 rigs with that business. We got a MX270 as well. We ended up stopping the business after a few years and selling that tractor, but we kept this one and the manure spreader we have. And this tractor, it's turned up a bit, so it's 250 horsepower or so, and yeah, plenty of power. Pulls the tank pretty well. Definitely a solid tractor. Now moving on here, this is a John Deere 2940. This tractor has over 17,000 hours on it. We got it when I was a kid. We got it, and we used to have it on the mixer quite a bit. Did a lot of tillage with it. Now it's basically just a pump tractor. Put on the manure pump. It'll just sit there. This is one that I would like to replace sometime. Just get something with 2-wheel drive that we can use for mowing pastures and get around tight spaces. It'd be nice to have a 2-wheel drive tractor. But this thing's working for now. So I'm sure some of you are wondering, which do I like better, the blue or the red or the green, And that's actually a complex question. I mean, on one hand, so moving on here, try to get back behind some of this junk here. This is our no-till drill. It's a John Deere 15 foot. So a no-till drill, this will plant 7.5-inch rows. And we'll use this for planting cover crop mainly in the fall. And then in the spring we plant our alfalfa with this. But the main use is in the fall. This thing we've had for maybe 4 or 5 years. Got a good deal on it. We went and rebuilt it a couple years ago. It's actually pretty good shape now. Next piece here is a 6-row nitrogen applicator. Goes in between the rows and knifes in liquid nitrogen for corn, for fertilizer. That is a machine we actually haven't been using now the last couple years. Well, no, this past year we just spread dry fertilizer on, and that was so much handier. I'm tempted to just do that from now on. So we'll see if we even use that this year. And then our manure spreader here, you have seen me using this some. This thing is nothing special, pretty junky machine, but it's been working, so we'll just keep it till it completely stops on us. Then here we have our sprayer. This is a Hardy sprayer, 1,000 gallon tank, 60-foot booms. This is a machine that I've been getting more comfortable with the last couple years. I did most of the spraying last year, and it's definitely the hardest fieldwork job to me, just dealing with making sure you're spraying the right thing at the right time on the right crop, and making sure that it's not too windy and you're not spraying on the wrong stuff. So it's something I'm still getting better at. Then back here we just have a couple of old hay tools, a rake and a tedder. We don't really use them. Over here we have our 6-row Kinze corn planter. This is a really nice planter. We've had it now for maybe 5 years, and I get to do basically all the planting, so I've been running this thing a lot the last couple years. So it's set up for no-till. We do all no-till planting. We started getting into that maybe 10 years ago, and have finally gotten to the point where we're just doing all no-till now. And it works for us here, really handy. Saves a lot of time doing tillage, and yeah, I wouldn't want to go back, but it does have its downsides to it too, and it doesn't work on every type of soil, but yeah. And then here's our little scraper tractor. Really beautiful machine, that's all I'll say. It's a John Deere 1520. So that's it for in the equipment shed here. Oh, and I forgot to mention this blower. Well, this little wagon here is what we used to move calves and young heifers, and back here we just have this old blower for putting feed up in the silo. We actually don't use this when we fill a silo. Our custom guy has a much more powerful, better blower. We just use this one as a fan when we're working in the silo after we fill, blowing fresh air in there. All right, let's set up here and look at this manure tanker, and then we just have a couple other things. Okay, I'm out here at the manure spreader now. This is a DM 5,500 gallon spreader, and yeah, we're just a couple months here, we'll be getting this thing going. Looking forward to that. And then here's our old roller. We don't use it anymore. Back when we used to do tillage, and we still have this disc here yet, but this hasn't been used for a few years, and we ended up selling, last winter we sold our plows and cultivator. This is the last of our tillage equipment, and we'll probably end up getting rid of it soon. We have an old bush hog here that's honestly a piece of garbage. I'm up in the barn now, got the door open so we can actually see something. Just wanted to mention, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Definitely appreciate it, thanks. This is our disc bind here. It's a New Holland, 13-foot wide. And we use this to mow triticale and alfalfa. Pretty nice machine. And back behind it here, just a couple little things. Just a flatbed wagon here, and 2 old gravity bins that we don't actually even use when we do grain, and an old hay wagon that doesn't really get used for anything either. And that's pretty much it for our equipment. I'm looking forward to getting some nicer weather here in a month or 2 or 3, and we'll get into doing plenty of field work. I'm pretty much in charge of the field work and planting and spraying, so definitely be plenty of videos of that, setting that stuff up and getting going if everything dries out anyway. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.